Hi guys, welcome to my channel, The Human Condition, and today I'd like to continue focusing on narcissism and narcissistic abuse, discussing in particular tactics that narcissists use to abuse their victims, their spouses, their immediate family, their children, etc. So gaslighting is very common, and this manipulative tactic is unleashed on victims through the use of variations of the following: that didn't happen, you imagined it, you must be crazy. So gaslighting is so insidious that in using it, the narc erodes your sense of reality and causes you to question whether something actually happened or not. Now it seems bizarre that one would allow this to happen, but gaslighting is so pervasive and it occurs over a period of time. You don't actually even notice that this is happening. Honestly, the truth that someone you love could be so manipulative fills you with self-doubt, because the cognitive dissonance that arises due to these two opposing ideas becomes just too painful to bear. In order to counter this gaslighting effect, writing things down helps to ground you in your reality. It is also a good idea to talk to a trusted friend or a psychologist or a life coach, someone who can hold your experience and validate your experience as real. Projection. Now, while many people use this form of defense mechanism, a narc, in his unwillingness to see his or own shortcomings, will use this tactic to avoid being held accountable for them. They would rather displace these shortcomings onto you. And in the case of a covert narc who feels ashamed of their unacceptable sexual desires, they may even accuse their romantic partners of being a flirt or acting inappropriately. This in order to compensate for their guilt about their inappropriate sexual desires. Nonsensical conversations or word salads. Now, the expectation of a clear, coherent conversation with a narc will soon be replaced by what can only be described as a mindfuckery of epic proportions. The narc will engage in ad hominem arguments that seek to attack your character rather than focus on the topic. They engage in gaslighting, projection, throw in a few red herrings, and leave you feeling confused and emotionally drained. When being abused in this way, the victim will tend to focus on the character attacks and internalize these. And this distraction is strategically used to prevent any type of coherent conversation. The fact that the victim was hurt by this is just a side effect for the narcissist. Yet, the external persona that the narcissist embodies will be viewed as methodical, logical, and even coherent. That false self, once viewed by the spouse, the children of the narc, leaves them feeling further confused, because they cannot understand that their experience is so different to the experience that the narc portrays to the outside world, the experience of the false self. This knowledge, or this acknowledgement, and this realization that comes to the abuser and abused family further spurs on narcissistic injury, and this can cause narcissistic rage. Blanket statements or generalizations. Now, in order to further invalidate the experiences of the significant other or even the children, the narc will use generalized statements like you always, you never, and they become commonplace in order to invalidate your experience, but also experiences that have come before or experiences that are yet to come. The narc parent may say to a child something like, "Why are you always so annoying?" Really? Always so annoying? Are children always annoying? This illogical thinking is used to invalidate whatever experience the child is having. So rather than deal with it and honor that experience, the narcissist will use generalizations and blanket statements to invalidate it. Now, repetitive invalidation of someone's feelings can lead to feelings of unworthiness and insecurity, And these are two feelings that the narc knows only too well. But now they are passing it on to their children. And we know that it is said that narcissists breed narcissists. So if you have a narcissist partner, you need to be very wary of this, and you need to protect your children at all costs. Name calling. A threat to their superiority is often seen by the narc as an attack. And they can blow this out of proportion. Now, in their mind, the narc is always right, and anyone who dares to question creates a narcissistic injury, which leads to narcissistic rage. Now, this rage does not result from low self-esteem, no, but it rather results from high sense of entitlement and a false sense of superiority. In this narcissistic rage, the narc will attempt to manipulate the person and micromanage your emotions. This is done through name calling. It is used to degrade, to put down, to insult your intelligence, your appearance, your behavior, maybe even your career. They attempt to invalidate your right to be a separate person with a different perspective. So words like stupid, silly, idiotic can be used by the narc in order to invalidate well-researched ideas. And rather than present a coherent argument themselves, a narc will attempt to undermine your credibility and intelligence through name calling. This is usually because the narc feels outwitted and outsmarted. So today, I've discussed gaslighting, projection, word salads, generalizations, and name calling, just a few of the tactics that the narc continues to employ to hurt people that love them. So, for now, if you recognize that any of these are part of your experience or your reality, the following may really assist you to keep a firm grasp of your reality. Keep a journal. This helps for you to see patterns of behavior in your narc. This helps to see how you're being abused. This helps to document your experience. Use mindfulness techniques to stay centered. Now, over the next couple of sessions, I will be uploading videos on mindfulness techniques, different meditation strategies, different ways to emotionally regulate, just techniques that you can keep in your toolbox, that you can access whenever you're feeling a little bit out of control. Talk to a trusted friend. A life coach or psychologist is first prize, but if failing that, a friend who can hold your experience and honor it for what it is would be fantastic. Now, you must wonder why this is happening to you if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, or if your parent is a narcissist. In the next video, I will be talking about empaths. And why is it that narcissists and empaths are magnetically drawn to each other? And why is it that an empath allows themselves to be abused in the way that they are? So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.